with their own governments, for example, to say, look, you're pressing us to do X, Y, and Z. We're doing all of those things and more, and we're meeting standards, international standards for legal education globally. I don't know. I don't see why it has to devolve into the kind of external system of ranking that we all have come to abhor. That's just my thoughts on it. But I don't think we should rehash that discussion now. But of course, we need to continue to be mindful of those concerns as we go forward. Anyone else have a question? Yes.
I could see that currently there are only 155 members.
So, what is the strategy for increasing the base? I really wish that we should be a larger member organization. So, are there any strategies?
Well, we've done some outreach already. We put quite a bit of energy into doing a membership drive. Luis was pretty successful with bringing in new members from Africa, but Ricardo was making some efforts in Latin America. But it's up to you guys to help in that effort to your own home countries to try to encourage those law schools that are in your countries that are not currently members, encourage them to become members. And I think that the membership issue, to the extent that one sees it as a problem, will take care of itself if we are providing services to members. If we have a program of assessment and evaluation that is seen as valuable, if we have a robust visiting scholars program that's seen as valuable, if good work is coming out of the doctrinal study groups, we have a story to tell, not just to the outside world, but to other law schools, that this is an organization that's worth your time and investment. Right now, what we're trying to do is put our energies not so much into try to grow the organization, but rather to grow the programming and make it robust. I see Frank is chomping at the bit there. Okay. Sashi.
I suggest that there should be a review of members as well. That, for example, we held this meeting in India. Mm-hmm. Virtually, we sent out an invitation to every member, non-member of IALS. I'm seeing somebody there as a beneficiary of the visiting professor program. Mm-hmm. They never even had the courtesy, despite my 5 emails, to find out what's going on, and personal calls. So I suggest that when somebody is playing a host, you take a review from us and incorporate it into your future benefits. And you should not be simply serving like a naive servant to anybody who is paying membership. There should be gradation, there should be assessment. I think even the board members, there should be assessment. Do they only take benefits or do they do the service? So I think performance review, all of us are to be subject to in any organization. So how do you put those indicators? For example, you mentioned certain member who brought other members. Is there, like we have, that reference benefit. Is there something called reference benefit? If not benefit, at least a commendation on the website. So something like that, those who play small leadership roles in their own way should be commended. I mean, so these are the ways, even if you don't punish someone, there should be incentive going in such a subtle way that it puts somebody to shame for non-performance and it encourages someone for performance. So this is just a suggestion.
We definitely try to give the positive aspect of what you're talking about. In our newsletter, we often highlight what schools have been hosts, and we give descriptions of their program, etc. We try to highlight those schools and thank them for what they've done. That's all I'll say about that.
Philosophically, we want to be warm and cuddly. We represent the legal education community. Now, Sashi, what you bring up, yes, I think is very valid. But our focus has been in building the organization, and you've seen we've done it in a step-by-step, very deliberate fashion, because we want to be reflective of us, of our voice. Do we need to be a 1,000-member organization? Do we need to be a 200-member organization, 250, whatever? There are tens of thousands of law schools in the world. We're at critical mass. We have enough people and in a variety and diverse jurisdictions with diversity in terms of legal educators and what they represent. I'm comfortable with that. You take a look at the administration, well, it's, in terms of offices, Barbara and myself, and we have 4 very nice, committed people who work on the staff. There's X number of hours in the day. We're a volunteer service organization. And our focus has definitely been on programs. And how do we move ahead with something substantive? We're not party planners. Okay? We can, and there's so many organizations. They throw a big party every year. People come. It's a good networking opportunity, and we hope certainly that we serve that purpose also. But more importantly, we want to make sure that we have substance. And that's what we're working on. And I agree with Barbara. If we can show that we do have substance, that we have something of value, certainly more people will join. Whether we will punish or shame people who are not that much engaged, well, that's going to be something down the road, and that's something that the board will have to decide. But on a whole, at this point in time, in terms of our development, we want to be friendly, we want to be embracing, and we're not driven by numbers of people. I think we have enough in terms of critical mass to do the work that we're doing.
The buses are here if you guys would like to, if no one else has a burning question or comment. And we're going to get a big round of applause from Michael for that. So we don't have much time before we have to go to dinner, so let's end here. Thank you.